Hi, folks. I'm Dave, and I'm putting together an emergency preparedness kit for my school. And I'm a classroom teacher. I teach 7th through 12th grade. I teach art and graphic design, but it's one of the things that we have to have anyhow for in case we have to have an emergency in our school. So I decided I would do a school type emergency kit. So anyhow, for first aid stuff, antibiotic ointment for dressing wounds, hydrogen peroxide to clean out wounds, also iodine solution as well to clean and disinfect any wounds or injuries. These gloves, 10 pack of just regular old latex gloves. I found these at a Dollar General store. You could get these relatively cheap, and I like them because they're already pre-packaged. Athletic tape to hold a wound or to hold bandages in place when you dress the wound. I got two different sizes of rolled gauze just for bigger wounds, smaller wounds, that kind of thing. And then this is a tubular dressing holder for arms, legs, whatever. But I thought this would come in handy. Two different sizes gauze pads to dress wounds with. And some Band-Aids. I got these at Ollie's up in Erie, which is a discount closeout store. So I got these relatively cheap. Pretty much everything that I bought was either 99 cents or $1.99. These I thought were good to have butterfly closures in case that you had something that was a kind of a deep cut or wound that you need something a little bit more substantial to hold that together. And then, of course, acetaminophen for pain relief. For food, I thought I would bring things that were nutritious, high in protein, but not a lot of bulk, being that in a school situation where we would have to evacuate a building, chances are you're not going to have a lot of time to take a lot with you. So I wanted everything that I have in my emergency go kit to fit in a backpack that were actually provided by the school district. So what I did was I thought something simple like beef jerky that's relatively thin. You know, obviously the package is very thin, and you could stack multiple packages of this up in a backpack pretty easy and take that with you. The next thing I thought about was peanut butter, which again is high in protein, just like the beef jerky. And, you know, I was able to find small jars of it. So this is pretty decent size to have to take with you. Candy, you know, maybe not necessarily really nutritious, but somebody who maybe is feeling a low blood sugar or whatever, that this would come in handy for that. So, you know, I thought I'd get a few of those. And then somebody who is diabetic that maybe can't have an overabundance of sugar, I was also able to find the sugar-free little Andes Mint type version or sugar-free version of those. And then I was able to also find the regular Andes Mints, which I don't know who doesn't like these, but they're probably pretty good to have around as well. A few cans of tuna. I thought these would be relatively easy to stack up. You know, if you had another 3 or 4 cans of tuna that you could take with you. Anything that's canned, though, would have a long shelf life. Water. Usually I have a whole case of water in my room. I actually have a refrigerator in my classroom. But this, you know, again, whatever we could take and take quickly, I think is what's important, and not be overloaded. So anyhow, this was another thing that I thought would come in handy as well. For personal hygiene kind of things, again, it's really hard to have enough stuff for a classroom full of kids, but a couple things that I grabbed just in thinking ahead that potentially you might need is toilet paper. Obviously, you know, if you evacuate to a part of the building or have to leave the building, you need toilet paper. Definitely a convenience there. And toothbrushes, I was able to find these again at Dollar General. This was a 6-pack that I think I paid, I think it was like a buck and a half for these, so relatively inexpensive and cheap. And then of course a decent sized tube of toothpaste, so that obviously to go with the toothbrushes. Water purification tablets. I was able to find those at, I was up in Erie. I got those at Gander Mountain the other day. Field and Stream, Cabela's, any of those kinds of places. You shouldn't have any problem finding those. A blanket I thought would have been pretty important. And again, I got this relatively inexpensive. Just a fleece blanket, nice, small, compact, easy to take with you. But I got this at Dollar General. I think I paid $5 for this. So emergency kit doesn't have to be expensive, just extensive so that you have everything. I thought washcloths would come in handy. I was able to find a 3-pack of washcloths. Anytime you need to clean something, wash your face, whatever. Batteries, so definitely important. At least a pack or two of AA batteries and AAA batteries. These fit a radio, and these fit a compact flashlight. I grabbed a pack of pencils. Now these, you probably want to make sure they're sharpened before you put them in your emergency go pack permanently, because obviously you might not have a way of sharpening a pencil later. And then something to take notes with anytime you need to jot something. Lighters, 2-pack of lighters, those are $1.75. Again, Dollar General. And I thought like duct tape would be a pretty important thing to have, because to seal off a door in a room, that this would really probably do a nice job of sealing all the way around the edge of the door. Definitely a can opener. These aren't too expensive either. You just want to make sure you got a good enough one that'll actually open the can and work. Flashlight. I like little flashlights like this. I think I paid $1 for this at Walmart, but the little LED flashlights are great because, again, they're easy to carry. Scissors, obviously, you're going to need those to cut bandages and any other fabrics, even, if you would have to cut clothes off of somebody to bandage them up rather than taking their clothes off, you definitely would want a pair of scissors with you. This is actually a tree marking tape. A lot of loggers and people that work in the woods use these. Even hunters use them to mark out where their tree stand is, or a trail or whatever. But I thought different times, if you were in a building situation where the building was evacuated and you wanted to mark doors or things like that were checked as being clear, that you could tie this around a doorknob or whatever. This is the one that I didn't see on the list, and that is this is paracord or parachute cord. This is really a tough nylon rope, and I thought, there's times where you might need to tie something off. You need something fairly strong, or you need to pull something up. This is a multi-tool. It has pliers in it, and like a serrated knife, kind of a Swiss Army knife type thing, a knife blade itself, and a small pair of scissors right there. A little bit of everything in there. A radio, obviously, to listen to news reports and things like that. Obviously, electric would be down, and I like this radio in particular. And I actually have two of them. I have one that I'm going to leave at home and one that's going to go to school. But this one has a dynamometer on it, or kind of a little hand crank generator that you could see that lights up, that it's charging as I turn it. But the other cool part of it is that it also has a flashlight built into it as well. So if I need a flashlight, I have that. And it also, not only does it charge these little batteries right here, but you can put regular AA batteries in it so that it works without turning the hand cranks. Obviously, this is with me all the time, but a cell phone, if cell reception works, I think it's important to always have a cell phone on you. If you don't have cell reception, this also doubles as a flashlight too. Another thing that I thought was handy was walkie-talkie. And this one in particular has the weather band on it. In the event of a tornado or something like that, you can still hear what the weather is. And I am a glasses wearer, and I do keep extra pair of glasses in my go kit right there. And I recommend like a hard case, difficult to crush. So you never know, things getting thrown around or what. And I think this is important too, is an adjustable wrench. Now I said an adjustable wrench, you know, you can always make a large adjustable wrench smaller, but you can never make a smaller one bigger. So this is a 12-inch adjustable wrench. Might as well take this, put it in our backpack too. The book for the class, the Citizen Safety Guide. I thought that would be a good thing to put into my backpack. And then I think that you probably ought to have at least a few trash bags with you, whether it's to keep items from getting wet, or if you had to cut it open, use it to lay something on, or even somebody on if they're injured. And some of the important documents and papers that that every teacher has to have in their go bag. One is this green folder right here, and what this has in it is all of our class rosters. It also has it's a bus list, and it's by address and what bus students ride. So in the event that we would have to disperse students either from our school in emergency or from a remote location, this gives us their home address, the bus that they normally ride, parent or guardian information, so that if we have a kid that's getting picked up by somebody, we know it's their guardian. And this is something that I take with me everywhere I go, even in the event of a fire drill. This is my whole classroom procedures notebook that I created. I keep my sub plans in here, class rosters, emergency procedures, obviously. This book is inside of it too, which is our emergency response guide, or our crisis plan that we use at our school. So that's all in with this, and this goes with me wherever I go. This I always take with me too. This is a student planner, but this is in my go bag for another reason, and that reason is that it has all the school district policies and procedures in it, and of course, you know, the rules for students. I think that as much as possible, if you can continue even in a disaster type situation, to keep kind of a sense of normalcy of how you run your school day, as far as rules still applying. I think that's important too. So I take this with me. And last but not least, and I think this is something that's important, and it really wasn't mentioned, but this is a little USB flash drive. This particular one is one that I use for any personal information or documents that somebody might need to know. But you could do this with a lot of school files as well. It's just put these on a thumb drive. This one in particular I like a lot because it has this little bendable kind of a tail on it, and you can actually hook that on your belt loop, or you can hook it on a keychain or on the zipper of a backpack. That all that stuff fit in my go bag, my backpack. Here it is. I have it all right there. You can see the gloves and the lighter, the flashlight, and our district. Oh, there's scissors right there, duct tape and bandage tape and ointment and tuna cans, and you know, everything that I showed you throughout the video is all right in here. And I really like our district provides us with these clear backpacks for our go bags, which is really kind of nice, because in the event that you really need to find something quickly, to look through a regular cloth backpack or something that is a non-see-through material, I think would make it much more difficult to find things. So that's why, again, I like these clear backpacks that we have. So there it is, proof that it was all able to fit in there. And I'm sure I probably could squeeze a few other things in there that maybe I didn't think of. But, you know, they're definitely a worthwhile project, and something that hopefully I'll never have to use. But in the event that I do have to use it, I'll have it.